Priced thousands below retail. 954-222-CARS. Offleaseonly.com. This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
South Florida artist, Jaber, what are you doing here today?
I'm Gloria Estefan, anything for you in Espanol. The entire thing.
Are you doing anything for you or anything but you?
Anything for you. It's in my head.
Anything but you. Okay. You got it ready to go here? Doing some headphone karaoke. Jaber's got the headphones in, can't hear his own voice.
I gotta go low.
What are you doing? Is it going to be in Spanish too?
The whole thing's in Spanish.
Oh, really? Oh, man, this is great.
Yeah, Virginia just did a little bit at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this.
No te adoro, solo pienso en ti, jamás comprendí como te pediré, desquido todo, termino, yo sé que no olvido, no rencor a ti.
Kevin, Virginia, and Jason are live on 97.9 WRMF and the KVJ Show app.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yo, what's howdy? Welcome to the Thursday KVJ Show. What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Well, we're here.
Okay.
That
That's
means
a good start.
We didn't win the Powerball.
Well, I don't know. I think Jaybird's always said that even if he wins the lottery, he would come right back into work because he just loves it so much.
I really would. Imagine you have all that money. It doesn't matter what our ratings are at that point. We could buy our own station. We could do whatever we wanted and just be us, man.
Yeah.
How great would that be?
We might as well tank this thing before we walk away from it.
Agreed. Let's burn this bridge.
We don't want to be like going, man, I'm so sorry they're not on the radio anymore. We want to be like, thank God they're gone. Yeah, that's the way to
They
end
went
it.
out on top? No, they went out on bottom.
We want to go out on bottom. That's just it. We can't leave until that happens.
One person in Wisconsin. Can you imagine that? You wake up this morning in Wisconsin, it's all cold, and you're like, let me go check my numbers. It's so chilly. Let me have a little cheese and check my numbers.
Yeah.
And then you realize you won $786 million.
That's a lot of cheese and beer.
Holy
Every time you
moly.
wake up from a nap or from sleep, you probably have to say, was that real? Over and over in your head because it's probably such a surreal moment.
It's probably really like nervous too when you see that you have the ticket and you're like, oh my gosh. Ugh.
Yeah.
The amount of stress that would also bring you for like, I hope nobody steals the ticket. I hope nothing happens to me before I claim it. Like,
You would be cuddling that ticket like it is a newborn baby.
you would have to put it like, I would put it in my bra.
Now, I give it to somebody I trust. I could not have that ticket. There would be sauce. You see what happens when I have paper in my
I
hand.
think even if you would win the lottery, you wouldn't win the lottery. Oddly enough.
Something would happen to the ticket.
It wouldn't, yeah, he
It'd
would
be
not.
pulverized.
Yeah, because there's still a long way between getting that winning ticket in your hand and then going across the finish line to get that money.
I give it to Dennys right away. He's my guy.
Okay.
I feel like he would do a good job.
And he would be rewarded handsomely for
Okay.
protecting the ticket.
I told you yesterday, I said maybe the universe was throwing some numbers out there, and Jussie Smollett had 16 felony counts against him. 16 was one of the numbers.
16 was one of the numbers. We
Yep.
played it, and we did not win with that round.
Yeah. I couldn't come up with any more. The universe just wasn't. I told my wife, I said, well, the Twins just turned 21. We should play that. 21 didn't hit, 20 did. So I was one off on that. And then really nothing else spoke to me.
Nothing else. You guys gave me, in total, between the two of you, you gave me 10 numbers. I wrote them all down.
Mm-hmm.
We played all of them in different sequence and different order and all
Yeah.
over the place. And we only matched 2 numbers out of
Really?
What was the other
5
one that matched?
tickets. We got a 16 and I think, what was the other one that we matched? 20. You guys also told me 20.
And 12 was the Powerball. Man, I'm just looking at these numbers. Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me see. 20 didn't come up.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, 20 did.
20 came up.
Okay, so to 16 and 20. Yeah, you got those two numbers, but 37, 44, 62, you didn't get any of those. And then the Powerball was 12. We also did not get that.
How many years was he looking at, Jussie Smollett? Because those are the two numbers. It was
48.
It was 48. Okay, 44 hit.
We played 48. We did not play 44.
Okay, all right.
I feel like we were so close.
We weren't.
Yeah.
We weren't as bad. I mean, two out of 6 ain't bad.
It's not great. Fourth largest lottery jackpot in U.S. history. They say the odds of winning was 1 in about 292 million.
I just wonder what that feeling was like when the person's looking down at the ticket and looking at the numbers and looking down at the ticket and just like, oh my gosh.
You said that you would take your lottery ticket and put in your bra. How many women do you think would do that? What do you think the percentage is, Virginia?
79%.
79%?
I do.
Okay, what do you think, Jay Bird?
I would go 62.
Okay, 27% of women put their ticket in their bra.
Really?
27%.
It does seem like it'd
The
be
winning ticket or any ticket?
It is female lottery winners. Hide their ticket in their bras. It's more than a quarter.
Okay.
27%.
I feel like there's no safer place. If I put it in my wallet, my kids are always going
I
in
don't
my
know.
purse.
You have a gropey husband, that could happen. Maybe that's what it is. Lottery winners have gropey husbands. What do you think? More than $2 billion in lottery winnings in the U.S. went unclaimed last year. Is that fact or fiction?
Fact.
Okay.
Remember, like, the person that won a big jackpot in Florida never even
Yeah.
came forward. They lost the ticket, I think.
It is fact, and they say that's because most of the winning tickets just go unclaimed, but a lot of them are the $50 or $100 winners. People just don't pay attention, and they add up. So it's all these increments of like $100 all across the U.S., $2 billion total.
That's crazy.
I got one for you, Jay Bird.
Is the scratch-off still very popular? Does that bring in a lot of money into a
Think
lot
so.
of? Okay.
Sure, yeah.
Because it's simple, it's easy. People don't have to think.
And it's instant.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for a drawing on a Wednesday or a Saturday.
I know my
Yeah.
dad does it a lot. I know Ann's into it too.
That was the fourth largest lotto jackpot. The largest lotto jackpot in U.S. history was in the state of Nevada. Fact or fiction, Jay Bird?
That's absolute fiction.
That is absolute fiction. You are right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a trick question. You know, Nevada doesn't even have a lottery.
Oh.
They have legalized gambling, but no lottery.
They're like, we're good. We're busy.
I guess. So, like, we got enough.
They got legalized love too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, lotteries have been illegal in Nevada since the state's constitution was ratified in 1864.
Wow.
For a long time.
Learning.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. I mean, we're just getting going, too. Just wait to see what you're going to hear today on the show.
Look at you listening to the KVJ show on 97.9 WRMF. Lucky.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
Well, I'm still thinking about my taste buds, Kev. We are on day 7 and they're not back yet.
Okay.
I had gone on Twitter and I think people misconstrued what I said. I said I can't wait to get my taste buds back, and I think they thought I got them back, and I don't. And I woke up to this email from this guy. It says, Jay Bird, my daughter had the common cold 7 years ago, and she still does not have her taste buds back from it. I'm not trying to freak you out, but you should prepare yourself for the worst. Sincerely, Brian from Loxahatchee.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, didn't you say you got a couple of these messages too?
I did. I got an email from a girl that said that her mother got sick and then got better and lived the rest of her life with no taste buds. Died not being able to taste a thing.
All right, so we're on day 7. What's a day do we get down to this thing where I'm like, all right, this is serious?
2 weeks.
14 days?
14 days. I think if they haven't come back, you're still sick.
True.
When you're not
Yeah.
sick anymore, then come back and talk to me.
Yeah.
Someone suggested oil pulling, but they didn't explain what oil pulling was. They said oil pulling helps bring back taste buds.
Bend over. I'll show you what it is.
Yeah, it's also called check your oil.
I'll do it for you. Small fee.
It's a couple different things, yeah.
Okay, that's what oil pulling is?
Yes, it is. It's a little painful and uncomfortable, but
It's going to hurt you more than it hurts me, but I'm here for you.
I'll do anything to get my taste buds back.
All right.
I want my life back, Kevin.
Grab your ankles.
anything.
I really would do anything to get my taste buds back.
Okay, all right.
I haven't done a blog in a week.
Look at this.
No pizza?
No pizza?
Kev.
Okay, I know. What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
So yesterday I got a message from Rocco's preschool, not just his teacher, but the lady that runs the whole program.
Yeah.
She just sends me a text that says, we need to have a special conference tomorrow.
Oh, those are fun. Oh. Yay.
So literally, ever since I got the text yesterday, I have been going over in my head all the
Trying to figure out what it
possibilities.
could be. Yeah.
I was even grilling him last night. I'm like, why do you think Miss Judy wants to talk to me? What did you do at preschool yesterday? And he don't know.
Yeah. Do you think it's
Well, he's not going to roll over on himself anyway.
No, I think he legitimately doesn't know, but
Is it poop stuff, you think, him going to the bathroom?
I don't think so, because he hasn't had any accidents, and we did that training with him where I took away all sweets, all candy, all cookies, all cakes, all soda. He got no treats ever for 3 days.
Yeah.
And that was his punishment for going poo-poo in his pants.
Right.
And he knew that he was going to go back on restriction from sweets if he does that again. So
Okay.
I think he's taking it seriously.
So you don't think it's the poo-poo in the pants?
I don't think it's the poo.
I can't stand when people do that, though. They say we have to talk about something, but they give you no details. It just makes your mind race. I mean, couldn't you at least say what it's about?
I think, unfortunately, in this situation, they have to book an appointment with you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it must be bad. If it's not that bad, they just tell you. But if they have to book an appointment for you to go in and talk about it, it's something he's doing
But
bad.
that's what I mean, though. They can't give you a little heads up to prepare you mentally. Hey, Virginia, we're having a disciplinary reason or problem with Rocco. We got to talk to you about it. You at least know he's in trouble.
Right.
I don't know.
I'll find out today.
Would you want to know that, though? Be like, Rocco's in major trouble. We need to talk to you tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Well, tell me. I think you could still say what the kid did.
I'm just so nervous because now I'm going over in my head all the possibilities.
Yeah.
And it's endless possibilities with this kid.
They're icing the kicker.
I'm throwing my money on poo-poo in the pants.
Really? You
Yeah.
think it's still poo?
Yeah.
Is Rocco?
That, I think, is the odds-on favorite in Vegas.
Does Rocco hug people a lot? Is he a hugger? Does he go up to people and just start hugging?
Not if he doesn't know you.
Okay.
Nope. He is not just a random, I'm going to hug everybody in the grocery store kind of kid.
Okay.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
I mean,
Okay.
look at you.
3:15 today.
You're a mess wondering.
I am a mess, and it's right in the middle of my nap time, so I'm getting no nap, and I've got to be...
Well, if you don't like what they're saying, just take your nap there.
I don't know if I like the tactic of not letting you know.
Well, if you are a person who drinks a lot of coffee, or if you're a person who doesn't like coffee like me, I'm not a coffee drinker. Never have been. Just don't love it. I think part of it was I remember sitting on my grandpa's lap and he had that coffee breath, and I'm like, that's gnarly. And I'm like, I don't ever want to be that guy and do that to my grandkids. So I think early on I knew I was not going to be a coffee drinker. But if you want energy, that's sometimes the trick, is like going, okay, what else do I do? And I'm kind of one of those things, every now and then I dabble and get myself a Red Bull. I feel the effects. I know it's not good for me, and I probably should find something else. I do have some energy shots that I take that are supposed to be vitamins, B12 and stuff like that boost. But sometimes I don't know if I really feel the effect. But they say there are some energy boosting drinks that aren't coffee.
Okay.
So if you're like me, you could go with a healthier route, not have to do the energy drinks that aren't necessarily good for you and probably going to make your heart explode one of these days. A couple of the ones, the options that do give you energy, wheatgrass juice. It's like a natural energy drink, and they say it helps also to fight off infections and treat stomach pain. And one shot has about 100 different minerals in it, and the horrible taste wakes you up. They're so disgusting that you're like, whoa.
And they really work, though? You feel like they work?
Well, it's just telling me it works. Yeah, I just feel like it's so disgusting that I think maybe it does wake me up a little bit.
I feel like we need some wheatgrass juice up in here. There's a lot of sickness in the air.
Yeah, you make sure you're saying that right because it sounds like you're saying weed. It's not weed.
Well, if I want weed grass
Yeah, I know
juice,
you're saying it wrong because Dennys is
I
paying
know
attention.
that's easily accessible in the next room.
Black tea, they say, is almost as potent as coffee when it comes to caffeine. Plus, the black tea is good for bone health and lowers your risk of diabetes. So you could go with that. I do tea. So that's something a lot of times what I replace. The only thing I don't like is the staining of the teeth.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen with your coffee and with your teas.
You're right.
So that is kind of a pain. Pomegranate juice, they say.
I can't stand it.
Will wake you up. That one, actually, I can do pomegranate juice and like.
Me too.
Yeah, it's packed with vitamins and antioxidants. They say it's a good source of potassium. Also, it's got vitamin B9, which gives you the energy and also helps to make new red and white blood cells.
Terrible aftertaste. Ugh,
The thing I hate about is the cost. Pomegranate juice is not cheap. It is like $10 for 3 ounces.
Yeah, my daughter wanted to get those pomegranate seeds. They have them in Publix.
Yeah, sure.
And she came over with this little thing, this little cup of seeds. And she's like, can I get these? I'm like, what is that? How much is it? It was $9.
Crazy, right?
For seeds.
Yeah. Where do pomegranates come from? So I went to Israel. They seem to have them all over the place.
Were they on a tree? Were they on a bush?
I think it was on a tree.
Okay.
Yeah, tree.
A bushy tree.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. I just saw them everywhere.
Well, they're expensive.
I know they are. Maybe that's the only place in the world you can get them. I should have stocked up and come back and resold them. And the other thing you can do instead of coffee to boost up your energy, kombucha. You ever tried that?
Yeah, that's like a tea, right?
It's a fermented tea.
Yeah.
So they say you'll get the same benefits as regular tea. Plus, it's got that good bacteria to help out your gut, and it's got a lot of B vitamins to help give you that energy boost. So those are 4 drinks you can do other than coffee, they say. The only problem is it's going to be probably even more expensive than Starbucks, some of it. I know the kombucha is not cheap either.
No, it's not. Everything you listed pretty much is like $5 and up.
That's just it. I know. That's the only problem. So it's either be tired and rich or energized and poor. I don't know. I guess that's what it is. Got a lot of events going to be going on today, and this weekend's going to be pretty action-packed. So a couple things to let you know about. And have you heard about the new exciting sport that they're talking about bringing to the Olympics to try to get young people interested? I think Jaybird's going to be interested.
Is it competitive eating?
Well, maybe it is, but it's maybe something that, who knows, Jaybird possibly could go as a U.S. Olympic athlete to compete.
Oh my gosh, I want to chase the gold.
Yes.
What goofy sport is this?
Oh,
let
I'm
you know.
excited. You got me.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is next. Is it possible Jaybird could make the Olympics? I don't know if you've heard, kind of like the Marlins, the Olympics are also trying to cater to a younger audience, realizing that it's just so hard to get their attention these days.
What goofy sport are they adding?
They're going to be adding, Virginia, breakdancing. That's right.
Breakdance.
Okay. By the way, we are breakdancing on the air right now. If you're
Yeah. 2024.
Breakdancing on the radio works so well.
Well, you know what? That's why I knew it wouldn't. That's why I was going to commission Jaybird with putting together a breakdancing tutorial video today, show off a few moves.
I am going to wipe everything off of my schedule. This is priority one.
Yes, I'd like
Priority
to
one.
see at least a little popping and
Oh,
locking.
you're going to get a lot of popping and
Yeah,
locking. You're going
so-
to get a backspin with the pose.
Okay.
And then Chewy walks in the frame. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I agree.
Yeah. I know you got some linoleum.
I definitely do.
I know Dennys would make a great DJ. You could put him, he's got that headband. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I have a breakdancing outfit.
Yeah, see? Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
our priority one.
It's
Yeah.
coming together.
It really is.
So I want you to submit that if we can. I don't know who the Olympic Committee is that's putting this whole thing together.
We have to use this low-budget breakdance music because everything else will get sued from, so I like it. This is definitely the music we're using.
Yeah, 2024. So there we go.
All right, done. Homework
Yeah.
assignment.
Oh,
I
yeah.
accept.
Okay, you're buying that. I got a couple other things coming up. A quick round of buy or sell. I want to get your guys' thoughts on some things that are kind of kicking around. For instance, you've got credit cards for kids. Good idea, bad idea. I'll let you know about that. Smoking age is changing in some states. And imagine not being able to start your car without the breathalyzer going off on it. Yeah, cars with breathalyzers, buy and sell, and a couple things to go through. And I don't know if you heard what McDonald's is doing with their drive-through menu.
Kev, you're dropping so many bombs on me today.
Bam!
What are they doing?
Oh, I'm going to tell you in a second. Yeah. And if you're cruising around Miami, you might see a boat with 3 handsome, strapping lads on there dressed like Sonny, Crockett, Tubbs, all those people from Miami Vice. Don't think twice. It's the Jonas Brothers. They're filming a video in Miami.
Oh.
Yes, and they've been on boats and they've been filming, and so a lot of people have been seeing, oh, it's the Jonas Brothers. Oh, my goodness. So there you go. New Jonas Brothers video. You're going to see that Miami flair coming up. Well, we know Jaybird is buying breakdancing in the Olympics in 2024. He is all about that idea.
Oh, me and Dennys just had a little meeting about our video today. We're actually very excited about this.
You are? Okay, good.
Yeah.
This hopefully is going to get picked up by the U.S. Olympic Committee. And I hate to lose you for a couple weeks, but it would be an honor to have you go and serve this country as one of our breakdancing athletes.
I love this country and I love to dance.
Yes. So, I mean, who could be better for the U.S. and Jaybird on the U.S. breakdancing team? So we'll let you know why he needs to make it. All right, now buy or sell these things. What do you think about this concept coming to America? The European Union is passing a new law that will require all cars to have built-in speed limiters and breathalyzers by the year 2022. That's not actually far off. So that means you would get capped out at a certain speed and you'd have to be sober to even get the car to go. You buying or selling, Virginia, that idea in the U.S.?
I mean, it's awful controlling, but we have so many deaths from people driving intoxicated. I think I'm buying.
If you're a person who's not drinking and driving, why do you even care? You just get in your car, you go. But if you're someone who's drinking and driving, you have a problem with it. I kind of like the breathalyzer in the car.
I don't like government control, but I also don't like drunk drivers plowing into me and my children.
I'm not even sure if the breathalyzer's government control. It's just saying you can't operate this car if you've been drinking. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. And obviously enough people violate it. Just listen to the Whacked Out News every single day.
All the time.
Yep.
And they end up killing innocent people.
And it's hard for you to justify the other.
Right.
Where it's like, well, no. I mean, every now and then, it's not that bad to drive drunk. I mean,
Yeah.
Listen to that argument.
You can't say it.
How can you sit there and honestly be like, okay, every now and then, look, I only have half a block to go. I should be able to be completely plowed and drive my car home.
I mean, I think you chalk it up to a safety precaution on the car.
Yeah, it's a safety feature to protect the dummies.
You're right.
And I'm with you. I don't want the government telling me what to do. I don't think that's what that is, really. I think
Yeah.
it's different.
Now with the
No, it's the speed regulator. That is the government controlling how fast I can drive.
Well, it's the
What if I'm in labor
yeah.
and
Well,
I want to go 100
well,
miles an hour?
The cops are going to tell you again, call 911. Don't do it. They would still. They're not like cool with you. There's never an excuse. Cops will tell you, I'm sure, to say, yeah, go ahead as fast as you can.
But
because
if they pull you over and you're in labor, they're probably not going to give you a ticket.
Well, probably what they're going to do is they're probably going to get you, like, they're going
Police
to take over and
escort
drive.
you.
Yes.
You may get a ticket from a flat top cop.
You're right.
You're in labor still. Here's your ticket.
And he
Yeah.
hates women.
Hopefully they would wait. But yeah, I mean, I think if you said, okay, like 90 miles an hour, where, I mean, how could you argue be going, no, I need to go 95? I don't know how you
Is
could argue
90
that.
the cutoff?
I don't know. I'm saying
yeah.
there would have to be some kind of limit where they said, okay, your car's not going to go faster than that.
All right, I don't hate that one either.
And
Now,
again, I don't know if that's the government control. I think it's a safety pursuit. Why do you need to go more than 100 miles an hour on a road?
Yeah, I
You
don't know how you
don't.
could argue over
Yeah.
over 90. You're like going, okay, what is your justification? Why? And I'm like, well, I like racing. Well, you know, you get a special race car that you could take out to. I often saw that. I saw some guy the other day had to be braking 100 miles an hour because we were going way over the limit, and he blew past us.
When you're speeding and somebody passes you, you're like, what the hell's the matter with that maniac?
Aren't you such a hypocrite when you get so angry at that person being going, I'm doing 90, son of a, you know? And,
I always like it because I'm like, you know what? The cops are going to pull them over first, probably. I'll just
yeah,
be at the...
if you get behind them and
Yeah,
ride their tail, then
Exactly.
now expect your Maseratis and your Lamborghinis and pretty much every car dealership on Okeechobee Boulevard to fight this because that's the reason why people were wanting to buy those cars. Not that you ever could take it 220 miles an hour, be going, if I had to.
Well, the only argument I could hear someone saying, what if there is a terrible emergency, like a tornado breaks out, and I have to outrun a tornado, which has happened to people people that I know, they've had to put the pedal to the metal or the metal to the pedal or whatever that saying is, and go 100 plus miles an hour to outrun a tornado. You things like that.
Yeah. I think you would probably throw out all the deaths from speed and you would say, well, that to save one life. It's a trade-off ultimately, but how many people are having to outrun tornadoes?
Sure.
Yes.
I say put both the things on there, the speed regulator and the breathalyzer.
You're buying it.
I'm buying.
I'm not hating what I'm hearing. I thought I would.
State of Washington is about to become the 9th state to raise the smoking age to 21. Buying or selling, Virginia?
I like it. I hate smoking. Ugh. I had to walk through a cloud of smoke here at work yesterday. I was so pissed.
Okay. Jaybird?
Now, my whole thing is if you're 18 years of age and you're able to fight in the military and defend our country, you should be able to smoke a cigarette, drink a beer. You should be able to be treated like an adult.
Okay. For your reason, I agree with that on
Yeah.
that. Now, I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of smoking, but
Neither am I, but if you want to smoke, why do I have to, what right do I have to stop you?
yep. 8% of parents say they've given their kids a credit card. And of those parents, 21% say their kids have used the card without permission at least once. So, do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea? You buying or selling, giving a kid under the age of 13 a credit card, Virginia?
Their own credit card that they keep?
Yes.
I'm not buying that. No.
Okay, now.
I have a 13-year-old, and she currently has one of my credit cards because she forgot to give it back to me.
Oh,
Well,
convenient.
she took Rocco to BurgerFi the other night when we had our meeting.
Uh-huh.
Conveniently forgot to give Mommy back her credit card. Mm-hmm. I don't like it.
Jaybird, you buying or selling?
Hell no, you're not getting no credit card when you're 12. Are you kidding me? No,
Okay.
you're going to go do the dishes for a quarter.
Okay. I'm not totally against it. I'm going to buy it on the concept of you could teach them money management and they have to be responsible. It doesn't mean that, you're going to learn that because you have a credit card and a piece of plastic doesn't mean that you get to run crazy and spend it however you want, but it is money management.
12, nah, too young.
Buying or selling this, McDonald's is going to start using artificial intelligence on its drive-through menus, and it would be able to forecast like the weather, be plugged into that, and on especially hot days here in South Florida, it would showcase the ice cream options for you, knowing that you're hot and sweaty. Do you like artificial intelligence in your McDonald's menus? And I think they are talking about doing other things, not only just using the weather to dictate the menus, but they could even get to the point where there could be a detector on your car and you'll get your own specialized menu coming up. Are you buying or selling a more convenient menu?
I like convenience. Yeah, I'm buying.
Okay, Jaybird?
I don't give in to the robots. They're taking our jobs. They're taking our way of
But
life.
imagine you pull up to McDonald's and they wouldn't show you any healthy options.
I don't like it.
Okay.
I like the idea of no healthy options, Kev. I still like the robots controlling it.
Okay. And Dunkin' Donuts is coming out with a Peeps flavored coffee for Easter.
Marshmallow coffee?
I hate Peeps and I hate coffee.
That sounds good.
Okay, Virginia's buying
I'm
it.
buying it.
All right. Okay, well, there you go. There's some things coming your way. You can buy or sell on your own. Got some celebrity birthdays happening today. Got to say what up, happy birthday, Lady Gaga. She's 33 now.
Is that it?
I know.
That's
I
all
thought that
she
too.
is.
She's a baby.
Well, I think her big album came out, 2010, 9, 10,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. So about 10 years. So she's about 23, 24 when she really hit it mammoth.
Boy,
Huge.
She's come a long way since that steak suit. Now she's very...
She's a good actress, too. I
She
thought she
is.
was great in A Star is Born.
Me and Kev love The Star is
Very
Born.
good,
In fact, we might rewatch it together.
Yeah. Good. I loved it. That was really good.
Got that Bradley Cooper beard going?
Yeah, you're right. It's about the end of our similarities, but yes, I do. Julia Stiles, she's turning 38. She's done a lot of acting, like the Bourne Identity and all those movies. And Vince Vaughn, he's 49 today. You realize Old School came out 16 years ago? Old School's old enough to drive now. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Also, happy 41st birthday to Donnie, a.k.a. Love Bug, Love Eva, and Tanner and Tucker. Also, Jocelyn is turning 14. That's from Mom, Dad, Kaylee, Harley, and Chloe. And also, Christy. Love you, dude. That's from Allison. So there you go. There's our birthdays today. You got one for us. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Okay, well, they got the whole March Madness thing that is going on right now. That is the men's basketball NCAA tournament. Well, we've got our own little flavor going on here for South Florida's best celebrity. We got them all over the place, always popping up. You're seeing it, but of which one of these celebrities that we have would be our favorite? Be like, okay, that's who we want to represent us. Now, here's the rules. They got to either be from South Florida or they got to have a home here currently. So like an Ariana Grande, she would pass because, she's from Boca, even though I don't think, other than her parents, I think still live here. She doesn't have a home here, as far as I know. So here's what we got. This is our Sweet 16. In our next round, we've got the 5-seed Vanilla Ice. He survived. He's going on against the 8-seed Adam Sandler. They're friends in real life. Who goes on to the Elite Eight?
So if you're talking South Florida, if that's the criteria, it needs to be Vanilla Ice. If you're talking about biggest star, you're going to go Adam Sandler. I'm not sure what we're doing with this game.
Okay.
I think it's Ice because Sandler's Hollywood.
Yeah, I agree. And in fact, it was just, Sandler's kicked around a little bit. And I thought for the most part that, it was like his parents that had a home. But apparently, I guess he's got a place that he hangs out here as well. He's been in South Florida more the last couple of years. Right now, quick early lead for Adam Sandler. But people just started voting.
Okay.
So he's up just a bit on Vanilla Ice. Jimmy Buffett versus David Beckham. Again, same argument. I think Jimmy Buffett should win because he's more South Florida than David Beckham, even though Beckham's trying to get the Miami soccer team going and could have a bigger influence in South Florida in the future. You got to say right now, you got to go. Because, honestly, already he got eliminated. Jeter's gone. He got booted. And to me, they're on the same level, right?
Jeter's New York.
Yeah.
It's nice that you're here now, but you're known as the Yankee.
I agree. Yeah, so I think Buffett should win that.
I agree.
Who do you think between Michael Jordan and Dan Marino?
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino. I hate to say it, but I like Jordan more, but Jordan's Chicago.
I get that he's
But
local.
he's got a restaurant.
He's local now.
He's local now.
He is now.
But out of those two guys, who gave South Florida the most? It's
You're
without
right.
a doubt
It's Dan Marino.
Okay.
He's
All
right.
Good argument. Okay. Now in our Sweet 16, we got a 2-seed Jack Nicklaus going up against the Cinderella of the tournament, 14-seed Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, I am pulling for my girl. I want her to take this tournament. She deserves it. I love her.
This has got to be Jack Nicklaus all the way.
She can't be Jack.
No,
She
can't
will.
be Jack.
She's
The
gonna-
philanthropy alone that
Yes.
Jack has done in South Florida. Never mind any of his golf.
He's got a building in North Palm. He's got
got an empire.
I live by Bear Lakes. He's got Golden Bear all over South Florida.
Look, I get it. He's a beautiful
He's got to
man.
win.
Yeah.
He's got to win. Honda Classic.
I understand this.
Bird, you're wrong on this one.
It's got to be the 2-seed Jack Nicklaus.
You're two in it.
I'm two in it. I've been really celebrating her greatest hits a lot.
Okay, this is another one you're going to be passionate about, Jay Bird. South Florida's best celebrity, 1-seed Tiger Woods versus the 4-seed Gloria Estefan.
Gloria Estefan cleans his clock. I'm sorry. She belongs. She belongs in the Final Four. She belongs in this dance.
People really pay a lot of attention to South Florida because of Tiger Woods.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Ah, man, Gloria.
Gloria is so sweet and wholesome. Tiger brings the drama.
They both have restaurants, right? She's got.
They do.
Yeah, they both got restaurants.
She wrote
in
a
South
hurricane
Florida.
anthem during her about the whole Hurricane Andrew. I mean, South Florida.
She
through
gives
and
more.
through.
She gives more to South Florida,
Okay.
but he's more fascinating with all his mistakes.
Okay.
Does that make him deserve to be in the?
No, you're right. She
Okay.
deserves it.
What about this matchup here? We've got for South Florida's best celebrity, the 2-seed The Rock versus the 3-seed Dwayne Wade.
The Rock.
Jay Bird, I don't know, man.
The
Dwayne
Rock.
Wade, 3 NBA championships from Miami. Wade County.
I
Miami
get
Wade
it.
County.
It's a close one.
Come on, man.
Here's the reason why. Because The Rock was born down here in South Florida, so he's got Florida
he's former
ties.
Hurricane. He went to the
and
went to the
he's
U.
a megastar. Those two criteria alone, I think he wins.
Dwayne
He's
Wade-
Hollywood now, though.
Dwayne-
Dwayne's still here.
Dwayne's got a great commercial. It's running right now during March Madness with his wife.
No, Kevin, Virginia, you guys you're blinded.
Okay. Serena Williams versus Enrique Iglesias, the 1-seed versus the 5.
I go Serena.
I go Enrique.
I go definitely Serena.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Serena has a bigger impact right now, right? And has?
Well, she's arguably one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Yep.
She is. She's from South Florida. I mean, she
Yep.
grew up here a good amount of her time.
Yeah, a good amount of it, yeah.
He's arguably one of the sexiest things we've ever produced in Florida. I'm going Enrique.
Okay. All right, that could be a good matchup, too. Bill Gates versus Pitbull.
Pitbull.
Pitbull, yeah, I got to win that. I
Yeah.
agree. Okay, so there you go. If you want to vote, go to kvjshow.com. Who do you think is South Florida's best celebrity? We're going to eliminate down to the Elite Eight coming up on Monday on our deal. Jaber brought up an interesting topic here. Imagine if your pet could call 911 on you. What would it be calling on you for?
Oh, if Chewy could talk,
That's what I was wondering.
the stories would be endless.
I was cooking something naked, and he's looking at me. I'm thinking, what is he thinking right now?
It's like, dude, get it together.
Put some underwear on.
Get a wife. Get a life.
Yeah.
No, Chewy's not mean like you. He actually has a heart.
Okay, do you think our animals ever judge us?
Yes.
Do they ever sit in judgment? Do they watch us and do they know that we are messes? And do they look at us and they're like going, oh my gosh. Like if you have a massive hangover and you're like, hugging the bowl the next day.
Yeah.
Is your animal watching you like, what a loser?
I do. I think Chewy has
What a
seen
complete
me,
loser.
I think he's seen me hungover before and go, man, dude, you got to get it together, man.
I
Yeah.
need you.
You think
Yeah.
so?
You're all I got.
Or do they just look at us with, to me, I don't think, I think they just look at us with sympathy and they're like, for some reason they're aching, they're hurting, and they don't fully understand. They just want to make us feel better. That's what I think in my mind. I don't think our pets ever judge us.
You hope that, but I don't know, man. Like, for example, Denny's cat, that is a judgmental cat. It's looking at you.
Yeah.
It
Aw,
knows something.
Show me a cat that's not
But
judgmental.
Rufus the
Right.
talking cat is very judgmental.
Yeah. You can just see
and
it.
he's a murderer.
Well, he pooped on me, jumped off me, and did that little weird walkwards back. He walked backwards. Mm-hmm. No, you don't, Rufus. You don't love it.
Liar. I think if my dog Coco could call 911, probably the biggest offense that Coco thinks. Coco has this thing where if you're sitting on the sofa, I do it where I kind of like sit, I recline back a little bit the way I position the cushion, and she comes and gets on my chest. She's a Pomeranian, small little dog. She gets there and she gets right in the view of your face. So she wants all the attention and you can't see the TV. And so you're scritching and like, okay, I'm going to take some time. I'm going to pet my dog. This is ultimately good for my health and great for her, and we're bonding. But she doesn't know when to say when. It's like, there's that moment where it's
She's
like...
needy.
It's like, okay, I think we've had enough. I think this is over now. And then you're like, okay, Coco, and you kind of like try to block a little bit, and she then tries to get in your face and is always trying to lick your face, and you're like, all right, it's kind of enough. And then you put her down on the cushion beside you, and she gets right back up in your face, and you're just like, how do you not get, like, I'm trying to send you lots of body language. The scritch session was great, and I'm talking a good 5 minutes.
That's a lot of scritching.
That's a ton of scritching. You're like, well, there's a time limit on this.
Really? You think that's a lot?
I think, well, because I sat down to watch TV or something, and everything, I'm always on a schedule. I'm always on a time limit. And so I'm like going, okay, any more time on this, like, I'm going to have to get up and do something else. So I'm going to run out of my time.
Oh, I'll get down on the ground. I will lay with Chewy, and I'll just scritch his. I like that word, by the way. Scritch his little his belly, his hind parts.
Yeah.
Really.
Lipstick.
no one wants to hear about you touching your dog's butt.
I'm not talking about. I don't touch his butt. Like his hind. I guess it sounded like his butt.
Censor yourself.
So I think if my dog were calling 911, I think it'd be because of neglect. I'm not giving enough. Jaybird's dog is calling for other reasons.
What are you talking about?
The things that dog has seen.
I can't tell you everything that happened here, but
He definitely would call the cops on me when Denny's comes over.
watch Finding Neverland.
He's like, this guy keeps coming over. Oh, don't make it out that I'm being pervy with Chewy. I don't like that narrative.
You're the one that said you're touching his butt.
I did not. I said his hind part. I meant to say like his hind back area, not his butt. Don't you make this perverted about Chewy. Don't you take my dog's innocence.
Don't you violate your dog.
Don't take my-
and then talk about it on the radio.
No, we're not making Chewy out to be a joke. No, we're not taking his innocence away.
Well, people are connecting back. Just a minute before, you're talking about how you were naked. Now you're down on the ground with them. And somebody said, why do all of Jaybird stories always start lately with, I was naked.
Well, because I am naked when I go home. I'm not laying with Chewy when I'm naked. What's wrong with y'all? Gosh.
Oh, one day we'll put those hidden cameras in. We're going to sneak in the middle of the night like they did with those Asian spas and put in cameras.
Go for it. You'll be shocked of how normal I am.
Some people are saying, yes, our cat Loki would call 911 to report that he's starving. He's 20 pounds. And
Ooh, that's a big cat.
Always wants to eat, and it's never enough.
Yeah,
that would probably be a big part of it. Yeah, I think your animals, probably what they're thinking, the biggest thing is when you're eating that food that they know is so delicious and you're not sharing, they're like, what a total complete jerk. Could you imagine if you had someone at your house and you're eating in front of them and wouldn't give them any?
Chewy gets pizza mania. Anytime I bring a pizza over, he will not. He just looks at me, and you're right. I won't give him any. And he looks not only hurt, but mad. He gives me a bit of a pizza attitude.
You're right. I pray that the top calls is probably a good thing our pets can't call 911 on us.
He's producer Dennys, and he likes to get high.
He does?
He's producer Dennys, he's gentle like a butterfly. He's producer Dennys, he's higher than the sky. He's producer Dennys, and he's one hell of a guy.
Oh, we know that. All right, here we go. Another round of producer Dennys Joke Jury, bringing the comedy today. All right, what do we got here for joke one?
What do you get?
Whoa, we got a heckler in the crowd.
You're all going to have to start leaving your phones at the door. This is 2 days in a row. We're trying to do a show, and you guys are over there on your phones.
Unbelievable.
Playing
How
audio.
disrespectful, Virginia.
Yeah.
I was at least trying to do something for the show, Kevin. That's why
I was actually posting for the show on Facebook. So go hump your dog.
All right.
Try again, Denny's.
First joke. What do you get when you kick a bowl in the balls?
A bowl or a bull?
A bowl.
Okay.
A bull or a ball?
Yeah. What are we saying here?
What do you get when you kick a bowl in the ball?
A
Bull.
bowl?
A
Like
bowl,
a
like
bowl
a
you
cow.
smoke? Okay.
Okay.
Like a cow.
A rough start.
All right. Clearly, I'm not going to put bull and balls in the same
I
exact
don't know if
sentence.
you can say bowl.
I thought you were saying bowl as in B-O-W-L.
Bull. How do you guys say bull?
Bull.
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 Bull. Bull, guys.
You already got me in stitches.
All right. What do you get if you
It's
kick
better
a,
than the
if you
punchline.
kick a bull in the balls?
What do you get?
Tenderloins.
Okay. Okay.
That was worth it.
Was it worth the 9-minute setup?
It was.
We had to get it straight. Bull or ball? What are we
I'll
talking
never
about?
put that word in again. Second joke for you guys. What do you get when potatoes speculate about life?
I don't know. What do you get?
Tater thoughts.
I love it, dude.
Tater thought.
Yeah, I love it's good potato comedy.
It
yeah,
is.
it
Right?
is.
There's not enough potato comedy in the
No.
world.
There's none.
There's a
actually.
famine. Let's see here. What do you call a celebrity food critic who has nowhere to live?
I don't know. What do you call him?
Homeless Guy Fieri.
Okay. Okay.
Too old of a reference.
No.
Is that just a bad joke?
It's just not good.
Maybe it wasn't funny.
All right.
It just lacks humor.
What's wrong with the joke? It's not the age.
Yeah, no, we get the
All right.
reference.
At least it's relevant.
Totally relevant.
Fourth joke for you guys. What hashtag did the dinner roll use at the end of his Twitter rant?
I don't know. What did he use?
Hashtag do butter.
Do butter. Okay.
Denny's, I'm liking it.
Yeah.
A lot of new
That's
There's a
material.
good food comedy in here
A lot of
today.
new material.
Put that
Okay.
one in the book.
All right,
yeah.
I'm going to erase the other one. Let's see here. Final joke. What's the difference between a compliment and a large boat propeller?
Wait, a compliment and a large boat propeller? I don't know.
Well, a compliment can be nice. The other's a giant piece of ship.
Okay.
I love it, Denny's. You got me. I thought that was very funny.
After we got past bowl, it was fantastic. You ever date somebody whose parents have something a little bit weird or squirrely going on? It's kind of an odd
Yes.
place to be.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've had that too. I was dating a girl one time, and in the midst of it, her dad got arrested, wound up in prison, still there, kind of thing.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It was weird. It's weird when the person you're dating's parents have a past or are going through something. It's just
Or
Okay.
a present.
Yeah. Who knows? And how do you handle it? You know, you try to be supportive, and I was supportive for the person I was with at the time and said, you know, hey, I'm sorry you're having to go through this. But it is still just kind of weird, and you don't know what kind of stance to take, you know, because it is their parents. You know, and of course they still love them, even though they're doing something that's kind of weird. So Dan's kind of caught up into this thing. And this is about your girlfriend and possibly her parents. What is the story, the backstory here, Dan?
Well, it all started when my girlfriend asked me to watch her parents' dog because they all went to see her brother in California. They all used to live there.
Okay.
And her brother stayed, and they, you know, she and her parents moved to Tampa, and this was like, you know, in the 90s. So the dog's one of those like little fluffy Pomeranian named Seika. So my buddy comes over to my place over the weekend, and we're drinking, watching basketball. And I called the dog over. I said, you know, come here, Seika. And my buddy starts laughing. And I don't know what, like, and he explains, he asked me, you know, if the dog was named after the porn stars, the famous porn stars. And
Have you ever heard of Seika?
Seika?
Seika, is that it?
I've heard of Sanka.
I had never heard of Seika before. He showed me a picture of her on his phone, and I think, I can't be certain, but I think my girlfriend's mom might be Seika.
Okay, okay, hold up. Okay, so wait, so your girlfriend's mom, you think was a porn star, and then she named her dog after her porn star name?
Yeah. I mean, the picture is like, it's, you know, from the 80s. It's I can't be 100% certain, but it definitely looks just like her, like, you know, like a young version of her.
I can't find anything on Seika. I've never heard of Seika.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard of Emmanuel. You know about Emmanuel, Kev.
S-E-K-A, Seika.
What is it?
S-E-K-A.
S-E-K.
She's Swedish.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes right up, actually.
It does come up?
Yeah, let me see.
Okay.
I bet it does.
Connection.
It was crazy. Like, you're like,
Oh,
done like a
no.
million
What?
movies or something.
Shoot.
What?
I just got in trouble with work. I clicked on the video and it says that I violated work something. I'm not even kidding you. It took me to a security thing.
So this is homework you're going to have to do on your own, huh?
I want to get this time stamped right now. I am doing this for a bit. I'm not trying to watch porn at work,
Well, you are actually trying to watch porn at work.
but not in the dirty way.
Well,
Okay.
what other way is there?
Okay, so there is. Okay, so you're thinking that this porn star from the 80s looks like it could be your girlfriend's mom. And
Yeah.
does she seem like the kind of woman that could have maybe had a porn past?
No way. Like, it is a complete contradiction.
Wow, I mean,
Her parents are conservative, normal. I don't think she has an accent. I never noticed one,
Yeah.
but it's such the spitting image. And, like, to name your dog, like, what a random name for the dog, right?
Right. What are the odds that she would give the dog the name of a famous 80s porn star that she would actually resemble?
well, maybe because she's heard it before that she's been told that she looks like Sika, and that's kind of a running joke. So she named the dog Sika.
I do have a question. Now, I think you said at the beginning of the conversation here, Dan, that your girlfriend's parents, they went to California. Like, they used to live there, and then they moved in the 90s to Tampa?
Yep.
It says here, because I'm looking on my phone,
Uh-huh.
Sika appeared in porn from 1977 to 1993. I mean, that's a career.
She also worked with the very great and late John Holmes.
It was John Holmes.
the
John
Holmes.
John Holmes. Okay, so they moved from California to Tampa in the 90s, and she ended her porn career in 93? Seika did, you were saying, Virginia?
That's what it says. In 93, it says that she is 64 years old today.
Okay, but if you're trying to run away from a porn past, you're not going to name your Pomeranian by your porn name, are you?
I don't know.
I gotta tell you, this Sika and the Maid, that looks like an interesting watch.
Okay, so does Dan's mom have a porn past and he's babysitting the porn named dog?
She was best known as the Platinum Princess of Porn.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
I can see why Dan's friend was flipping out when he heard the name.
I mean, I'm not sure which one looks better, Sika and the Maid or Sika and the Cowboy.
Okay, well, all right. So here's the question. Will you say anything when your girlfriend comes back? Be like, hey, by any chance, was your mom a big porn star back in the 80s and 90s?
Well, I don't even know if she would know.
Yeah. It may not be something you would tell your kids.
It may not be something you want to step in.
Yeah, I would just let it go.
Would you?
It's probably not her, honestly.
Okay.
It's probably not. And if it is, you got a lot of watching to do because she's got a lot of
Would you
material.
watch it? Okay, let's say you were dating a girl and you found out that her mom had a porn past. Would you actually want to go back and watch those movies?
I mean, I think...
Or is that way too weird?
I honestly think if I found out anybody I knew did a porn, you included Ralston, I'm probably going to check it out just to see what the heck was going on.
It is fascinating, Kevin. You have to admit.
Yeah,
If think about it, put yourself in this guy's shoes. You're definitely going to watch it.
no way.
If my mother-in-law had a porn in her past, I'm not going back and watching it.
Yeah, you would.
No, I would not.
If your mother-in-law,
No way.
Debbie, had a porn,
No.
I would watch
We would
it.
all
Well,
watch
you can
it.
let me know. Then I'm not going to watch it.
Oh, man.
Not only are we going to watch it, we're going to make you watch it with us.
That's
fascinating.
Curiosity would get the better of me, and I'd be like, oh, my God, she was in porn. All right, let's just see what she was doing.
Did your friend say anything about, does he think that you should tell your girlfriend that you think maybe her mom's a former porn star, or did he say just let it go?
He definitely thinks I need to get to the bottom of it.
Because he wants to know himself, I figured.
Get to the bottom.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He'll be over all the time. Okay, that's fascinating. So you wouldn't say anything to your girlfriend? Not even bringing it up, like joking, like, what a weird thing. You know your dog is actually named after this 80s porn star, and then show her the photo and see if she's like, oh my gosh, that's my mom.
You could even say something.
I would think I would do that.
You could say something along the lines, go, a lot of my friends, you could say my friends in quotes, are saying, your
I
mom.
think I would tell. I'd be going, hey, the weirdest thing happened.
Yeah.
As I was babysitting your dog, my buddy's like, do you realize that your girlfriend's parents' dog's named after a famous porn star? And he showed me the photo and be like, look at this photo. Isn't that weird?
I would be able to do it that way. That's a good benign approach of handling the situation.
What if she has a breakdown, though? Oh, my gosh, my mom was in porn. And she starts flipping out.
She's trying to hide it, and they ran away from California back in the 90s to get away from it.
You're the one that causes all this family drama.
You're going to ruin her life.
My mom was Sika.
Do you really want to be involved
I really
in
want to know.
that?
I want to know myself. Dan has to ask her and find out.
You ask the mom without telling the daughter. If
No,
you
wait.
you
No,
have
no,
to
You're
know.
out of your
no,
mind.
no.
You are out of your mind. What are
You're
you talking
crazy.
about? It's the worst advice.
No, you
Pull
go
her
to-
aside. Be like, I know you got a secret.
The worst advice.
I know you got
Okay,
a
but
secret.
what if Dan's girlfriend's like going, I totally think that's my mom, but she doesn't know for sure. Would you go then to your mom and confront your mom, be like going, hey, this looks like this could have been you back in like the 80s.
Absolutely. I would confront any of my family members if I thought they were
Did you
in
do porn? Mom, did you do porn?
If I thought my mom was Sika, I am getting to the bottom of it.
Wow, okay. All right, well, Dan, you've got a mission, and if you find out anything, you got to check back in and let us know, okay?
I will, you guys. I definitely will.
Whoa, okay. That would be crazy. And apparently, is she a bit like she's done a lot of movies?
Oh, she's got a just...
Secrets of Sika look great.
Okay.
Desperately Seeking Sika looks awesome.
Desperately seeking.
I don't know. Have you
God.
seen Sika and the Cowboy yet?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, Virginia.
Let's
okay.
get into it.
Giddy up.
So she didn't just like, this wasn't just like, oh, I made a mistake. One weekend I went out and made a porn. No, this is a woman that...
This is a spanning career that went from the 70s to the 90s.
Damn it! I keep going on there, and I keep getting flagged.
Yeah, you're going to have a meeting after this.
There is absolutely going to be a meeting. There's some kind of weird firewall on there.
Ever find anything shocking out about the parents of somebody you were dating or even maybe married to? Fascinating stuff. You can let us know.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com. KVJShow.com.
We've got a porn mystery here. Dan is taking a look after his girlfriend's parents' dog while they're visiting his girlfriend's brother in California. And he's got his dumb friend over, and he called the dog over. The dog is a Pomeranian, I guess, named Sika, S-E-K-A. And his buddy's like, Sika, like the porn star? He's like, no way. And so he shows him a photo of what Sika looked like in her porn heyday. And he's like, wait, that's not my girlfriend's mom, is it? And so he thinks, okay, he and his dumb buddy are trying to figure out, okay, is my girlfriend's mom a famous porn star from the 80s? And so we got everybody on the case here trying to figure out and investigate.
I mean, everyone's on the case.
Yes, because apparently the mom is very conservative, and they live in Tampa, but they're like going, okay, is it possible that she had a porn career? Because that does line up. They moved to Tampa like in the early 90s, right about the time Sika was wrapping up her porn career.
You can't do porn forever, Kev. It takes a toll on the body.
And what is this definition of being conservative? Like, what do they mean by that?
He just said, well, I just asked him, I said, does she seem, he's like, no, there's no way. Like, she's very, like, button up and.
Yeah, you never know, though. I mean, that doesn't mean anything.
We got, luckily, a few porn aficionados here. In fact, Virginia's husband was on just a second ago. Panda apparently knows all about.
He knows all about her.
Yeah, he does, huh?
I think he's very good. He's very knowledgeable, circa, I would say, 81 to about 96.
Okay.
Well, people have been doing some investigating because apparently Dan and his buddy can't figure out how to use Google properly. Sika's name is Dorothea Hundley, her real name. So one you could find out, okay, does that match up? She lives in Missouri, so it doesn't look like this is the case. And Donnie is on here from Boynton Beach. You say that Sika even was in a Netflix documentary on the porn industry?
Yeah. Hello?
Hello. Okay, what have you seen it? Do you know what the name of the documentary is?
Yeah, so there's a documentary on Netflix from 2012 called After Porn Ends.
Okay.
And she actually appears in that, and I believe she also does an interview. So if that's the case, A, he can get an idea of, like, what she looks like now.
Yeah.
And also it does kind of show that if it is her, she's not necessarily trying to hide away from her porn past.
Right.
So it may not be the worst thing to bring up to his girlfriend.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And it's possible he has a wrong reading on. You're right. What is the definition of conservative? She might come off buttoned up to her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend. That doesn't mean that she's not like, yeah, this is what I did for my life.
We all wear masks, Ralston.
Sure. We all have a stranger within us, my friend.
And she had many.
Who is the stranger? Who's the stranger?
So many. From the 70s to the 90s? I mean,
She had many strangers
do
within
numbers go that high?
They do go that high. They don't end.
Okay, now here's a little bit of a twist, too. Chloe on our Facebook page says, have we considered that maybe the dad is the one that named the dog Sika because he loved the porn star and thought that the mom looked like her?
That's a possibility. Absolutely.
And maybe the mom has no idea. She's like, here's Sika, and has no. The entire time she's calling out the name of dad's favorite porn star.
That's diabolical yet awesome.
That would be pretty awesome. Is that that's not, I don't know if that's a common name. Somebody said Sika translates to baby girl. So maybe they, inadvertently named their Pomeranian after a famous porn star and they didn't know it. They thought it was cute. And little do you know, when you've got Dan's horn dog friend over there who knows a lot about porn, he's like, Sika, like the porn star? Yeah, brah. I don't know. So there's a lot of options here, but you can definitely investigate, Dan. And I think you can answer the question pretty quickly if that really is your girlfriend's mom. And it doesn't sound like on the surface that it is. But what I'd really like to know is the dad a secret porn aficionado who's naming the family dog after his favorite porn stars?
And does his wife know?
Yeah, if he's got a gerbil named Tracy Lords, I would say yes. That's probably the case. So, I don't know. Well, if you got any more information, thank you very much to everybody, by the way, who really dropped everything they were doing to do a lot of porn research for us.
That segment brought so many people together.
Panda was on the line, but our stupid phones hung up on him.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah, so
right.
Sorry, Panda.
Yeah, that's what you get. Coming up here in just a second, I always love this. Somebody ranked out the best porn parody titles of all time. This actually could be a fun game. How many do you know?
Forrest Hump.
Saving Ryan's Privates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got 2.
You've got, instead of Batman, I think they had Buttman.
Of course, you know about all those butt videos.
Yeah, I know, because I love butts, Kev.
That's what I hear.
Yeah,
That's
I hear it
the
every day
word.
from Virginia.
Okay, yes. How many are there? Somebody actually ranked out the best parody porn titles of all time. Somebody texted into us and they said, yeah, I found out on my 18th birthday that my dad was in the porn business. Wow. Now I won't watch any porn at all for fear of just seeing him.
Just in case Pop makes an appearance.
That would be the weirdest thing. And you imagine at the age of 18, you
Dad?
find out that your parent did porn.
Yeah, that's late in life for you to find that out. You're
Yes.
like, wow.
That'd be so yeah, I think that would really rock your world. And I get it. You're right. I would swear off all porn forever. Big, no way.
You can't run the risk.
No. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's scarring and jarring. Wow. It's funny. It seems like everybody's got their favorite go-to best porn parody title. You guys threw out some of yours.
I forgot one, too, that always made me laugh. Edward Penis Hands.
It's pretty
Okay.
good.
He was very busy.
I know.
There's a few people already texted in. On Golden Blonde.
Oh, that's a good one.
Romancing the Bone is a favorite.
Okay.
Pulp Friction.
Oh, yeah.
Goodwill Humping. The Da Vinci Load.
That's the other one.
Oh, man. Some of these I haven't heard. What would you say is your favorite of all time? What is the overall best porn parody title of all
I
time?
just saw one. It's called Dawson's Crack instead of Dawson's Creek. Look at the cover.
Dawson's Crack. What does it say? Who will get him in the end? Oh man,
That's just good. It's just good, dirty fun.
right. It is. Let me see.
Yes.
Some of the ones they've got here: best parody porn titles. There's Missionary Impossible.
Okay, very clever.
Yes.
What is? Oh, remember that horror movie they made with the little cameras out in the woods? They've got the Bear Bitch Project.
The Bear Bitch Project.
They've got Ass Ventura Crack Detective.
It's pretty good. Okay. San Fernando Jones and the Temple of Boom. Ghostbusters, I Ain't Afraid of No Ho. Okay. Drill Bill. The Porn Identity.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
very clever.
Yes. A Midsummer Night's Cream. That's pretty good. And By Curious George.
Oh, don't make George dirty.
You're right. Oh, come on.
You know they had a man with the yellow hat and he was doing some weird stuff with the monkey.
Oh, Drill Bill.
Okay.
Okay. And I Dream of Weenie.
Don't we all?
All right. What do we leave off the list? 877-979-WRMF.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
I guess we forgot the great disco flick. Saturday Night Beaver.
I just pulled that one up. Oh my god. Oh, that's got Stormy Daniels in it.
No, does it really?
It does. Stormy Daniels is the star. Her and Jenna Jameson.
Oh, you know, something I wanted to ask yesterday was a story that we had in our Whacked Out News that I just was kind of curious about. We had the woman that in Brevard County had stopped on I-95 and ran through 6 lanes of traffic to get her dog, and she was naked.
Naked, yes.
And people were like, we didn't get an answer as to why. I was just curious, are there a lot of people drive around naked? Like, what was the story behind that?
You wouldn't think there would be.
Now, I've actually been in the process of being naked in my car where I've been changing clothes from one event to the next. And so for a period, I was naked. But as far as like, I left the house with no drawers, got in my car, drove around, and came back, I don't think ever once in my life. Have you?
No, but I bet you there's a certain kind of person that gets their jollies off of driving around and letting truckers see them and stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious. Is there anybody that's naked right now in their car, and why?
You won't get one call. I dare them to call.
I just wondered. I was like, okay, 'cause I never got an answer to why that woman was naked.
And when they call, can they FaceTime us?
Oh, yeah.
I can.
Hey, baby.
877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763.
You won't get one call.
Okay.
I don't
we'll
want
see.
to. I don't want to
That's
visit.
the challenge. Sika, if you're listening. Oh, poor old 50-year-old John Sengel. He was staying at the Days Inn, the lovely Days Inn there in West Palm Beach last weekend. And he saw 4 other guests. Now, we don't know if it was guys, girls, a mix of both or whatever, but they're all staying together in one room. And he had the great idea and an offer. He said, I'll give you $500 if you get it on with me. He said, look, it doesn't have to be all of you, just one of you. But he was kind of hoping that maybe, it turned into some fun little gangbang, I guess, at the Days Inn there.
Okay, sounds hot so far.
So he gives him the money, $500, and he waits for fun. And he waits.
You never pay before, you pay after.
And he waits. And he gets upset and he said, you know what? Son of a biscuit. I gave him $500 and they totally just took it and ran. So he did the only logical thing. He called 911. The cops show up and they're like, okay, so wait. So you offered them money to have sex? And he's like, yeah. So like, okay, let us get this straight. You offered them money to have sex. He's like, yes, I didn't stutter. Can you go get them? They're like, we're going to get you. That's soliciting prostitution. You're under arrest. Now, it doesn't look like any of the other guests are facing any charges, just him.
They're like, this is just right place at the right time.
He was too emotional about it.
Unbelievable.
He got too emotional.
Unbelievable.
This is when all the blood leaves your brain and goes someplace else. You make bad decisions.
Yeah, so there you go. Just a little note if you're staying at the Days Inn right now. Chipotle cannot catch a break. Just one story after another.
Did they get people sick again?
No, nobody got sick, luckily. But it is a national story because there's an MMA announcer. If you know MMA, maybe you know who Jimmy Smith is. Well, he popped off to the Chipotle there on Linton Boulevard in Delray Beach.
Yeah?
And ordered a steak burrito, hold the staples. Apparently, he didn't get that part of it because when he looked inside of his burrito, there were 14 metal staples in it.
Are you kidding me?
He made a video, yes, and the video is now going viral. Here's a little bit of the audio from the video.
I literally went to pick up a couple of items at Chipotle. One was a burrito for me, brought it home, and there was something hard in there, and I pulled it out of my tooth, and it was 14 staples, like, a brick of staples like that. And it split up in my mouth, and I pulled them out, and I looked at it, and I went, they're staples. These are actual staples. I called the manager at Chipotle and freaked out on him, and he's like, I'm really sorry about that. Do you want us to remake your food? And I went, no, I don't want you to touch any of my food. I was like, that can't be anywhere near the food. Staples shouldn't be anywhere near the food.
Yeah.
They can't catch a break.
Cannot catch a break.
But you know what? They'll get it together, Chipotle.
Yeah, get it together.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you can't serve somebody up a steak and staples burrito.
No,
Just can't happen.
Isn't that attempted murder?
Well, he's lucky he didn't bite into him or get him stuck like in his gum or something.
Could have
That'd
been
have
a lot
Good
worse.
show.
Yeah.
It could have been terrible.
Yeah, he says he called the restaurant and freaked out on the manager, and he said he's not looking for free food or money or doesn't plan to file a lawsuit. He just wants the problem corrected so nobody else who pops into the Chipotle there on Linton
And that's
winds
how
up
you-
getting staples in their steak burrito.
That's how you know he's telling the truth. He's not looking for anything. He don't even want free burritos. He just wants them to correct their problems.
I mean, that's our own backyard, Kev. Linton Boulevard?
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Probably have.
Yes. Well, there's a guy in Dundee, Florida that apparently didn't want to go to work. But his excuse fell a little flat and caused some problems. So he works at a Hardee's, but this is how the story kind of unfolds instead. Instead of going to work, he's
already a pedigreed thug. 41 felony arrest, 8 misdemeanor arrest.
So he's got a little bit of problem with the law already. And when he got robbed himself and called 911, they quickly looked into his record and said, wait a minute, can we trust this guy? Did he really get robbed? He did not. He actually just wanted to get out of work. Apparently,
Wow.
working at Hardee's is so bad, he filed a fake police report just to get out of it.
Been to prison 4 times.
Did they have a weapon on them?
Yes.
What kind of weapon?
Some type of gun.
We're not only sending a deputy to the scene, we're now scrambling cars, setting up a perimeter,
Oh, boy.
looking for robbery
boy.
suspects. What if a Crown Vic-looking vehicle with 2 black males drove by, and the next thing you know, we're getting them out at gunpoint on the pavement?
Oh, boy. Yeah, see, that's why you can't file a fake police report when you want to get out of work at Hardee's. Just don't go or just quit.
Yeah, why don't you just not go? Say you have poopy cramps. There's so many ways you could have done this.
Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's what's going on at Hardee's. Meanwhile, the good old Chick-fil-A, they can't do any wrong. Did you see a girl in Boynton Beach gave CPR to a guy that had a major health issue in line? And, of
That's
course,
how
saved
you
his
do
life.
it.
That's the difference. That's the difference, isn't it?
They have Jesus on their side.
There's a cops in Ohio wound up finding some cocaine in a guy's sock when they searched him on Saturday.
It happens.
But just a big mistake and a misunderstanding. Those weren't his socks.
Okay.
Of course they weren't.
Were they on
Yes.
his feet?
They were, yes. They were, and he didn't have an explanation when they also found drugs in his shirt, his pants, his car, and everywhere else on his body.
Not my
So,
shirt, not my car, not my sock.
Yeah. There are 2 guys in Illinois who went to a woman's house at 1 a.m. on Thursday for a little booty call.
Okay.
With the woman and her friend, but apparently they got in a fight when the guys refused to take off their shoes. Cops wound up having to show up to break the whole thing up. So, okay.
Yeah, some people really want you to take your shoes off right away when you get in the house. It's a rule. It doesn't matter if they've never met you before. You got to take off your shoes to enter the house.
I think that's weird.
So they were going to keep their shoes on during lovemaking? I mean, this was for a booty call.
Maybe you got
They're
nice
looking for
shoes.
sex.
Have you seen that episode of Sex and the City where everybody takes their shoes off at the door and then somebody jacked Carrie Bradshaw's nice shoes?
I have seen it.
Okay.
I've seen every episode.
I know you have.
There was a guy in Minnesota driving his car, swerving all over the road. The cops pulled him over to try to see what was going on. And apparently the problem was they found his 250-pound pet pig on his lap.
250 pounds?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently he's close to his pig.
That's me and you combined.
That's more than double me.
Yeah. That's why he was swerving all over the road. So.
How much do you weigh? 135?
No, I'm like 129, 132, in
she's-
between there.
She's so glad I asked her about her weight because you're at your goal right now.
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm probably closer to 132.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, honesty now. There we go.
Well, hopefully he's not that close to his pig. And if he is, I know one place you can't go. Bestiality has just become illegal in Kentucky.
Oh, man. There's
Yeah.
going to be some real sad people.
Yeah, so if you are in Kentucky and that's your thing, move to West Virginia. They still haven't outlawed it there.
So you're allowed, you cannot get arrested or in trouble if you're in West Virginia and you are getting busy with a pig or a rabbit.
A 250-pound sweet pig.
You don't
yeah.
get into any kind of trouble. There's nothing that can happen to you.
It is currently not illegal in West Virginia.
Do you at least lose your job for that?
I don't know. Again, it's
Depends
West
where you
Virginia.
work. If you're a farmer, you should.
Agree. No, if you're anybody, you should lose your job.
You can also go to Wyoming, New Mexico, Hawaii, and Washington, D.C., by the way.
Really?
Yeah, just to let you know. Mm-hmm.
That's weird, man.
That's an interesting getaway. In Australia, a guy tried to flee on a jet ski while armed with a crossbow.
Sounds like a...
All right.
Sounds like a movie.
It does, doesn't it? And this is interesting, too. A guy in Lithuania came up with a genius scheme. He built $122 million out of Facebook and Google just by sending them fake invoices. They apparently got him, said, all right, I guess we got to pay him. And they didn't even check.
They just paid.
$122 million.
What?
Is he allowed
That's 60 mil per company.
Is he allowed to keep that because they're so dumb?
I don't know that you are, but wow.
Wow.
All you have to do is just bill a big company. They're so inundated with bills, they won't even check to see if it's legit or not.
That's crazy.
$122 million. Man, we're working too hard.
Yeah, we are.
And that's your whacked out news.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Does your family have some kind of secret or story that is kind of passed down? Maybe it's about your parents. Maybe it's about your grandparents. that's just kind of like stood out there, and you don't know all the details, but yet it's still fascinating. Now, Ashley sent us a message on the KVJ Show Facebook page, and I was checking this out. She sent an audio clip of it, too, where she kind of tells the story here. I thought it was really kind of cool and pretty fascinating. Here's what she had to say.
So my dad's dad, my grandfather, who's passed away, he's been dead since I was like 3. He was actually good friends with Lee Harvey Oswald. In the morning before the assassination, my grandpa lived in Grand Prairie, and my grandmother and my dad, and this was like back in the early 1960s, they claim that my grandfather was the one that drove him to Dallas that morning.
Wow.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's what a story. Like, if you could talk to her grandfather, I mean, how many questions would you have? Like,
what was his temperament like that morning?
Yeah, how did he even bring up? Because it sounded like her grandfather was going to Dallas anyway. He was good friends. Like, his best friend was like Lee Harvey Oswald. He hitches a ride with him. Does he say why? And then she left a message later that, then he drove back, and she was talking about her grandmother through the course of the day. And keep in mind, they didn't have the same kind of media, but the assassination of JFK, our president at the time in 1963, news traveled more slowly, but still, it's one of those things, if you talk to your parents, they're like, I was in school, and they broke into all TV coverage, and it spread like wildfire that JFK had been assassinated.
Well, it was all over the radio, too.
Yeah, right.
So
absolutely. Radio, TV.
It's not like people didn't know about it pretty quick, because they did.
And so he drives home without, obviously, Lee Harvey Oswald, and gets back, and grandma's like, oh my gosh, like, you drove, and she know. So imagine that.
That's crazy.
The biggest story of your lifetime, and you are, in a sense, wrapped into it.
Your murder Uber.
Yeah. You got to be sitting there. If you're a grandma and you're like, wait a minute, I just saw you leave with Lee Harvey, you probably can't even believe your ears, because first, you're hearing that John Fitzgerald Kennedy has just been assassinated, shocking enough, and then you're like, and our suspect is Lee Harvey Oswald. You're like,
what?
Wait a minute, that's my husband's best friend, and he just drove him to Dallas this morning.
That's if you believe Lee's the one that killed President Kennedy.
Right. Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, that's a different discussion for a different day, because a lot of people believe maybe not. And that's why I would like to find out as well. Could you imagine if you were Ashley and you just able to talk to her grandfather? I mean, alone. Why? What was the excuse? Why did he say he wanted to go to Dallas? What was his reason? Was he just riding with you? What happened when you went on your way? Where was he supposedly going on his? So if
what did he have with him?
Right, if he did, did he have anything with him? Did he have it stored there? What is going on with that? Yeah, what was the packaging like? Did you know? Were you an accomplice? I mean, if he's a best friend, do you not know? And what's his discussion?
So you think if Dennys was up to no good, or if I was up to no good, one of us would know we're up to that? You think because we're so close? If I'm doing something shady,
I would think so. Imagine that. Yeah, if you liken it, if what Ashley's saying is legit, and her grandfather and Lee Harvey Oswald were best friends, and he has that request that day, and imagine that. Yeah, Dennys is driving you somewhere, and you've got. I mean, you're about to at least attempt to assassinate the president of the United States.
I think Dennys knows if I'm about to do something diabolical. I don't think I know if Dennys does it. I think he keeps it under wraps. I'm too emotional.
Well, then that's just it. I would like to, talking to Ashley's grandfather, did he know? I mean, did he have any idea that this is something that he was even capable of doing, that he might have done? Because imagine that, and Ashley lives in Texas. Still, she's listens to us from there, and probably around the same town. So it's a couple-hour drive. What's the conversation going to be like on that day? Because if you look at any of the history stuff about Lee Harvey Oswald, apparently, he had strong political beliefs and whatnot. Probably is a big part of the conversation, right? You're probably going, this guy's weirding me out.
You would think that does come up during the drive.
You would think, unless he was like Dennys, where he could just keep it secret.
And just attacks when he wants to.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, Dennys.
Paint quite the picture there.
Well, we think you're smart enough to pull it off. We're too transparent and emotional and wear all of our emotions on our sleeve.
Yeah, we feel. You got to feel more, dog.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so I just, kind of fascinating. Like that to me, if you had a family story like that, My grandfather's the one that drove Lee Harvey Oswald to Dallas the morning he assassinated JFK.
It's pretty heavy.
That's a crazy, like, wow, okay. That's a headliner right there. That's a headliner.
Or you're the parent or the child of a serial killer, and you find that out.
Those exist.
That's
They do
true.
exist.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, a lot of these serial killers were married, they
Yeah.
had a wife, and they had kids. And this is just, instead of joining a bowling league, this is what they would do for fun. They would go out and murder.
Well, some are protected. They don't know until they're a little bit older and they find out. I mean, what a bomb to find out your parent is a serial killer.
Oh, I would be rocked.
So how many people are like Ashley? Maybe you've got one of those kind of like headlining stories that anyone would find fascinating. I can't imagine you could bring that up about anywhere. Anybody knows anything about U.S. history, and you'd be like going, wow, okay, that's pretty fascinating. That's an interesting story. That's a good little headline there. Carrie's on here from Jupiter. She's got one about her grandma when she was 16. What happened with your grandma, Carrie?
So my grandmother, as a graduation gift from her parents, got to go on a cruise, and it was the ship's maiden voyage. It was called the Morro Castle. Sailed out of the port of New York and headed to Havana, Cuba. My grandmother, on the return trip, the last night of the voyage, they usually do what's called a captain's dinner, a fancy, big deal.
I remember that from the
night
Love
they
Boat.
came over-
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they came over the intercom or the system and explained that the captain had passed away.
Oh.
And
who's driving the boat?
Oh, my gosh, right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So my grandmother was disappointed. She asked her father if she could stay up and watch the lights of New York City as they pulled into the harbor. And she was in a friend's cabin who was one deck above hers, and she heard a noise outside. They went out onto the balcony, and they saw crewmen throwing water on a fire. Now, this ship had been touted as, like the Titanic, unable to catch fire.
Oh.
So the Titanic was unsinkable.
Boy, they made a lot of bold claims about boats back in the day that were not true, didn't they?
Stop.
Unsinkable.
Exactly.
This
Stop
one's
claiming.
fireproof.
Stop.
So the crewmen told my grandmother to go back inside, but she waited on the balcony and saw them start to get into the lifeboats.
Mm-hmm.
So my grandmother ran through the hallways and woke everyone aboard, found her parents. The ship completely caught fire. Her parents couldn't swim. They jumped into the water. It was freezing cold in the middle of a nor'easter. And unfortunately, my grandmother's father drowned.
Oh,
Wow.
my
So
gosh.
my grandmother held on to her father's body and told her mother that he was sleeping for the next 8 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
As they waited to be rescued.
Yeah.
She watched people being attacked by sharks.
Oh, my
You know,
gosh.
people floating by it, burned. It was
It's like a
very terrible.
movie.
Well, when my grandmother got to shore, they found out very quickly that the captain had been murdered
What?
by one of the crew members, and the fire had started because they tried to cover their tracks by lighting his body afire.
Oh, my gosh.
What
And
the hell?
So I know. So my grandma ended up testifying in front of Congress, and she was responsible for putting all of these people away. And her mother, who was on the trip, went crazy as a result.
Oh, my
Aw.
gosh.
Instead of going off to college, she started a business, supported her mom and her brother. And do you know that woman sailed on a cruise every year until she was too old to go?
Wow.
And her first cruise ship was the Morro Castle.
How about that?
That's a great story.
That is,
Yeah.
that would be like a movie. And if she's in front of Congress, that today, if that was happening, that would be something that would be all over the TVs, and we'd all be watching and
Absolutely.
seeing what happened.
That needs to be a
Yeah.
movie.
It could be a movie.
They haven't
Yeah.
optioned the rights for that as a movie yet?
There have been several books written,
Okay.
and she's a pivotal part of most of the books. But I anticipate at some point, we've seen them on TV, like the Discovery Channel and things like that. But,
Yep.
who knows? One day my grandmother's story could end up on a feature film.
Wow.
Yeah, that's at least a Netflix special.
You should be able to
At
play.
least.
You should play your grandma.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It's crazy. Wow. How about that, huh? Just
No, it
something.
makes you feel like your family's boring. I want one of these stories.
I know,
man.
yeah. That's why I want to see, like, who's got one? Ashley's got one. Carrie's got one. You got one to share with us. 877-979-WRMF. Yeah, I love our audience. Some of the texts coming in said, yeah, Carrie totally made that up.
Y'all jaded. It
Yeah.
sounded real.
No, I saw that. That's the ghost ship movie. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
funny. I kind of hope she did make it up.
Lies. Yeah.
She got me if she did.
Yeah, they killed the ship's captain, tried to burn his body. Whole ship caught on fire. She testifies in front of Congress. Yeah, right.
It's a great story.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I love those kind of things. That's pretty amazing to have a story like that. That it kind of gets passed down. There's something about the age of it, too, the time. It's aged in that era. Everything just seemed more mystical, hidden, and intriguing. It seemed like the hardships of people. If you were in the 20s, it just seems like everything was tougher. Your ships were sinking, catching on fire.
It was tougher.
You would have to float on your dead dad's body for 8 hours just to survive.
He's sleeping. Okay.
It was way tougher back then.
That's the hardest sell of the whole
Yes.
story. Telling mom
Unreal.
that he's sleeping for 8 hours.
Yeah, that's some pretty amazing stuff. Coming up here in just a couple minutes, Florida and booze. We apparently do this more drunk than about anybody else in the United States. What do you think this is that we're doing hammered, Virginia?
Texting an old girlfriend.
Okay. Jaybird, any thoughts? Drunk Floridians are doing this almost more than anybody else in the U.S.
Falling asleep with food on them.
Mm-hmm. Sounds very personal. Mm-hmm. Keenan is on here from Hollywood with another quick legacy family story. It's always about grandma or grandpa, right?
I love it.
This one's about his grandma. What was the cool little thing about your grandma? What was she doing, Keenan?
So my grandma was a nurse at the hospital in Princeton.
Okay.
And when Albert Einstein was near the end of his life, he had a private nurse that would take care of him.
Okay.
But at the very last moments, I guess he requested something, and she ran out to get it and asked my grandmother to watch over him.
Okay.
And as he was dying, he must have whispered something in her ear in German. She had no idea what he said, and then subsequently died. So, no one knows Albert Einstein's last words, including my grandmother, who has since died, and now that's gone.
Wow.
Yeah, no, this story's definitely made up.
Yeah. So I just Googled it, and the first thing I see, it says Albert Einstein's last words will never be known. He spoke them in German, but the attending nurse didn't speak German and so couldn't recall what was said. He died in his sleep at a hospital in Princeton, New Jersey on April 18th, 1955, leaving the generalized theory of gravitation unsolved.
My man just reading Wikipedia page. People are just calling in and reading Wikipedia to us.
No one's
I'm buying
we're
them.
getting all these great stories, and no one's going to believe any of them.
None of them's real.
Like, yeah, right. You just Googled Albert Einstein. Yeah.
Your grandma heard Albert
Right.
Einstein's last words.
And she didn't understand it because
Of
she didn't speak
course.
German. Of course.
It sounded so real.
I just Googled. That honestly was the paragraph that comes up when you Google Albert Einstein's last
I mean,
words.
he was reading it word for word, Virginia.
I just bought it.
Oh, what is the truth?
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Well, I feel like I got to have some last words ready now. We were just hearing that story a second ago. This call that we got, Keenan, his grandmother was Albert Einstein's private nurse or a nurse near him, and he whispered to her his final words. They were in German. She didn't understand German. Don't believe me? Google it. I dare you. It'll come up.
Word for word, just like our last caller read.
No, they are like people are texting. Our callers are texting. Going, I swear it was a real story. I swear it was legit.
No, we know it's a legit story.
But are you the legit grandson?
I believe them.
You did.
I do believe them.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll believe him too.
Some of these last words seem so fitting. One quick guess. What do you think the last phrase, the last words of this individual were? One last drink, please. Makes perfect sense.
Virginia Sinicki. Oh, you're not dead yet. One last drink, please.
Yes.
Big drinker.
or known name is synonymous with booze?
Oh, Tom Collins.
That's a good guess. Different name would be Jack Daniel.
Jack Daniel.
His last words, one last drink, please.
Oh, bless his heart.
Was he doing that to be funny, or was he really choked
I think
out?
he really wanted another drink, and by the sounds of it, he didn't get it.
Damn. That sucks. Whatever you're asking for on your deathbed, you should get.
Would you want me and Kevin with you on your deathbed? You're really in bad shape. You're like 90. It's just not good. Do you want us in there with you?
I think so.
You better. All right.
Yeah, I think so.
A test. You passed it, dog.
Okay.
Do you want me in there with you?
No.
I'm probably going to mess with you.
I do not want you in there. You're going to try to give me a wet willy on my deathbed.
And for people who feel like they need a nice little like catchphrase on the way out of life, Karl Marx said, "Last words are for fools who haven't said enough."
Oh.
Okay, all right.
I disagree. They say, the rumor is Patrick Swayze's last words were, "I'm going home."
Aww.
I know.
There were several, as I was looking through, legendary people who have had famous last words. Yeah, a lot of them are addressing either their life or like Joe DiMaggio, who's got the lovely Children's Hospital. He was talking about his former wife, Marilyn Monroe. He finally said his last words, "I'll finally get to see Marilyn."
Aw.
Yes.
That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
He was a pretty good ball player, too, Virginia.
I've heard.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, Floridians are doing this drunk more than about anybody else in the United States. That is shopping online.
Oh, amen, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I bought a lot of alien gear after our last cocktails and karaoke. A lot of
alien gear.
A lot of alien statues.
Yeah. They say some of the dumb purchases we're making, life-size cutouts of Kim Jong-un, 30-pound bags of Idaho potatoes, and they don't really like potatoes. Okay.
Yeah, I bought some weird stuff at night.
30-pound bag of potatoes. You know how long it takes you to eat that many potatoes?
A lot. Yeah, it's a long time.
They're going to go bad before you can eat them.
I say on average, Floridians are spending between $500 to $600 a year while drinking and buying online. Wow, that's on average. That's pretty impressive. That puts us in the top 10 in the U.S. Number one is Kentucky, where they're spending $742 a year online. So we're near the top. Not quite there.
You don't do a lot of the online shopping, do you?
No, I don't. I don't really do shopping at all. I don't buy anything.
You have a wife who loves doing it, and she's on it. She runs like a boss.
I'm on eBay right now. What do you want? I'm going to get to you. What do you want?
Right now, I need some new face cream. If you could get some of that. I got to find out like a good face cream. In fact, I just had ran out and I read there's a new study that found that moisturizing your skin could prevent inflammation in your body and lower your risk for Alzheimer's and dementia. So, yeah.
I heard a rumor.
Yeah.
What's that one stuff? Equate. You know that the Equate suntan or not sun. It's the protective stuff from the sun.
Yeah, it's like an off-brand Equate.
I have heard that is some of the best skin stuff to put that's on the market. It protects you, it makes you glow, and it's good for wrinkles. That's according to one Randy Pennington.
Okay, your dad?
He says he's read articles about it, how this equates. It's a game changer, Virginia.
A game changer, he says.
It's affordable.
Well, that's why it's what I'm telling you. It's a story.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So, yeah, get me some good face cream. Any recommendations, Virginia? Do you have a recommendation, too?
I bounce around a lot. I like Kiehl's. I'm very sensitive. Imagine that. My skin will break out if I get too greasy.
Oh, that's right. You like that lotion. It smells like it belongs on a 90-year-old woman.
You do. You've got some old-ass smelling lotion. It smells like grandma.
You know what I really like, though? I like free samples. So I go and I get free samples of everything, and then that lasts me a while.
I'm going to bring you Equate and an aloe plant tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, please do. I believe in moisturizing. I want to stay sane and not get Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I mean, I can already just tell. Like, I'm starting to get, like, old skin.
Oh, here we go.
And you got to put lotion on it every day.
Just tell her she looks beautiful. You look beautiful, Virginia. You look like back in the wild 95.5 days.
Yes. All right, coming up here in just a minute, we got some of your comments, dumb things you bought. What's the dumbest thing you bought here this last year while being drunk and shopping online?
I have
You got a laundry list, yeah. We just filled the whole segment with all your purchases.
You can go to your purchase history.
Can you do that?
I don't know if I want to.
Please do. I want to see what's on it.
I bought leggings, and they said, these leggings will reduce cellulite. And I was like, ooh, leggings that reduce cellulite.
Yeah.
Leggings can't reduce cellulite. As soon as I sobered up, I'm like, that was stupid.
Oh, that's what you're getting, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. People give them some great advice if you believe in moisturizing and helping your face, and I do. I'm a big believer. I always tell you that story. I saw that guy at the bar, and I thought he was like 32. He showed me his ID. He was like late 40s. I was like, there's no way. And he showed me his ID. I'm like, that's impossible. I said, what's your secret? He said, I've moisturized every day since I was like 25, my face.
Wow.
And I'm the same way. I do the same thing now.
Just do not get tricked with that Cindy Crawford infomercial. It is lies, girls.
Okay.
You do not like the Cindy Crawford
It's a lie.
face cream.
It's a lie. It's not real.
Let me see. Somebody said, I'm about to splurge on some Skin Medica. They're medical grade. I've been using some private label skincare, but going for the big stuff. Somebody recommends that. Somebody said coconut oil. It's all natural, works great for moisturizing and preventing wrinkles.
I've heard that before, too.
Somebody said that you can also check out Estee Lauder Daywear. It's amazing. No breakouts, amazing ingredients, and I work in skincare and have for 5 years, and I swear by it. Somebody said use facial oils, rosehip, seed oil, etc. with essential oils. I'm 45, no wrinkles. Okay.
I also heard that you're supposed to maybe ice your eyes down before you go to bed. It's supposed to do something to the blood with the cuticles. The cubicles? The cuticles.
Yes.
You never heard that?
Icing your face?
Icing your eyes to make them not less puffy.
Yeah, I think ice just generally helps with inflammation.
Okay.
Cold.
Also, icing your pubicles helps with inflammation.
Pubicles.
Yes. Just to let you know, a little side note there.
And if you don't want to do all that, just go my route. Do some Botox.
Let's see here. We've got some people checking in here what they're buying drunk. Jaybird, did you pull up your history?
I did. It's nothing. And it's a lot of toys.
It's a lot of G.I. Joes.
It's a lot of
It's a lot of Star Wars figures.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how much you want to see.
Allison's got a little bit from her list. What is on your drunk purchase list, Allison?
Hey guys, good morning. So I got a Hogwarts Harry Potter shower curtain.
Oh, very
out of
valuable.
nowhere.
Yep.
Hamburger leggings.
Hamburger leggings.
Hamburger leggings.
Yes.
I know a guy who will buy those off of you if you don't want them, and he don't care if they're female cut.
Yeah. I know
look
they
amazing
I
in
think
them.
they put a lot of this stuff online, and they got to be like, okay, people are only going to buy this if they're hammered.
I don't know, man. Like, look at this. This alien wine bottle that I got. It's a baby alien, and then you put a wine bottle in its mouth, and it's a wine holder. And I got that. I would have got that sober. I bought it drunk, but I'd buy that sober.
Okay.
Look at that piece.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You got a deal.
Yeah, a lot of people buying mannequins.
I
when
get
they're,
it.
Drunk.
Yeah, it's weird. It's different. It's fun.
That's probably from that guy in Boynton that got into that fight with his mom because she wouldn't dress as mannequin, so he force-fed her dumplings.
Creepy.
Or if they're drunk and they're alone and maybe they're lonely. I want a mannequin.
Maybe they just want the touch of something that feels like it's another person.
They want to lay with it, Kevin.
Mm-hmm. And I put a call out to anybody that drives around naked. Jason's on here from West Palm. You're currently driving naked, Jason? Hello? Oh, yeah. Now this is the part of the trip where I use my stick shift. Okay.
I think our phones have been hanging up on people today.
That's different than yesterday.
Well, we couldn't pick up anybody yesterday. So today's actually a big improvement. We're only hanging up on half the people. It is an improvement. I mean, come on, let's look at the positive.
I don't know.
It's an improvement from yesterday. We didn't have any phones on yesterday's show.
We had none?
No one could call yesterday. Yeah, so today we got half the people, the other half we hang up on. So,
Okay, so is this just our new way of living?
Can we pay half our phone bill? Because I feel like that's the way it should work.
I just want to know, do we not have phones anymore? Is this just the new way of...
This is our new era. We are a radio talk show without phones. Go. All right, ready, go. Your
We'd
radio
love
talk
to-
show, no phones.
Your comments are welcome. You just have to send them to us telepathically.
Yes, thank God for texting. So there you go. That's the only reliable way that we have any kind of communication with people. So thank you. You can use the number texting, or you can try the call if you feel like living on the edge. 877-979-WRMF. There are a couple really tight matchups, and I think this is going to go all the way down to the wire here. We're down to our Sweet 16, South Florida's best celebrity. I'll let you know who's doing what next.
Do you want to watch the KVJ Show live or on demand? Find us on youtube.com/KVJ Show. Want to find the KVJ Show on social media? Just search KVJ Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Simple, huh?
Well, they're down to the Sweet 16 and the NCAA March Madness, and so are we with our best South Florida celebrity, somebody who's either from here or has a house here currently, and they've got to be alive as well because people were very upset that we didn't have Burt Reynolds in this. Otherwise, we would have.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's passed on.
Yes, he has. Yes. So, a year or two ago, absolutely, you've been in it.
He actually would have a shot of winning this thing.
I agree.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you've been out there. It seems like people are favoring kind of having that cloak of South Florida draped around you. Now, we haven't made the specifics. All we do is say, hey, who would be our best celebrity? Who would you want carrying that torch for, like, yes, this is our celebrity? Vanilla Ice is whooping Adam Sandler right now. He wears that cloak of Palm Beach more than Adam Sandler does.
Yeah.
You've got Jimmy Buffett whooping David Beckham. Again, wearing the cloak of Palm Beach. I
can see it.
Yeah. You've got Dan Marino whooping Michael Jordan.
He's just more Miami. I mean, Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
Michael Jordan was the Chicago Bulls. Like, it just, Dan Marino makes more sense.
Yep. Jack Nicklaus is whooping Olivia Newton-John. Yeah. Finally, the Cinderella. That's usually about where it happens. Cinderella usually loses the crown right about the Sweet 16.
Have you never been mellow? Have you never tried?
I got to tell you, the Gloria Estefan Tiger Woods is actually relatively close.
Okay.
That still could go either way. Dwayne Wade and The Rock is dead even.
Wow.
That is a tie. And that I think is the toughest matchup that I'm like, ooh, because we argued that out earlier, and I see both sides of it. I lean Dwayne Wade, but we'll see what happens. Serena Williams, Enrique Iglesias, too close to call. That's neck and neck, just a few votes. Separate that. Serena in a slight lead. How's your phone?
Someone's throwing their stuff over there.
I just deleted my thought of the day, dropping
and
my
through
phone.
your phone?
Oh, I'm so annoyed.
Yeah. Life, man. Life.
Are you feeling better? Are you
He was
still
until
sick?
he erased his thought of the day twice. And Pitbull on Bill Gates. Just want to get that in there real quick. Big time. So there are a couple close ones that you can go and have a deciding factor on. You've got until Monday where we're going to knock it down to 8. And it's going to get really crazy. So there you go. All righty. Well, Jaybird, are you about ready? You need me to buy you a minute.
I'm ready to go, Coach.
You are? Okay. All right. Jaybird has got his third thought of the day here, and he is all ready. Okay, my friend, before we get to the After the Show podcast, close it all up with a little positivity, my friend.
Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I remember. Involve me, and I learn. Yeah, it's Ben Franks. You ever hear of him?
No, I've not heard Ben Franks.
Benjamin Franklin.
I've heard of Benjamin Franklin.
B. Franks.
No, I didn't know.
Nobody calls him B. Franks.
Sounds like beef Franks.
It's insulting. Yeah, now he's a hot dog.
Yeah.
Insulting. That's B. Franks speaking that wisdom.
He's a weenie.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.